BTS is ready to explode 2026. Jimin and Jungkook quietly started motion today. Today the world is once again rocked by the unexpected news of two big names who never fail to keep the army riveted, Jimin and Jungkook. Without a hint, without an official announcement, the two began to show mysterious movements that were strongly suspected to be the first step towards BTS's comeback in 2026. Although it is still shrouded in mystery and whispers behind the scenes, one thing is becoming clear: the giant machine called BTS is starting to heat up again, and Jimin and Jungkook are the two main forces turning it around this time. The morning in Seoul began as usual, calm and almost unmarked. But since 10 a.m. local time, various fan bases began to report the presence of a dark-tinted black car that entered the underground parking area of the HYBE building. Soon, two figures are seen who are instantly recognizable by their gait, height, and aura. Despite being covered in hoodies and masks, ARMY knows who they are: Jimin and Jungkook. No promotional staff, no official photographers. There were only two stars in the world who chose to remain silent. From that moment on, fans began to stand guard. Camera starts recording remotely, but everything seems to be closely guarded by a security system that is much more vigilant than usual. One fan site even reported that today some of HYBE's major recording studios are closed for just two people. Vocal recording, video shooting, or simply musical brainstorming, there is no exact confirmation yet. But all signs lead to one conclusion: something is beginning. Interestingly, this movement is not only happening in Korea. Simultaneously, one of the Los Angeles music producers who has been involved in the production of BTS's album, Map of the Soul, he posted an old photo of Jungkook with the caption, "It's happening again." Although short, the upload made the international ARMY community excited. Is a global project in the works? Is an international collaboration song being designed? Meanwhile, a Korean entertainment reporter who is known to be close to some of HYBE's internal parties said that today was a secret starting point. According to sources, Jimin and Jungkook will lead a large-scale musical project that is part of a major series leading up to BTS's 2026 album. It is not yet known whether this will be a pre-release track, a subunit project, or even an OST from a big movie, but the scale and ambition are said to be uncharacteristic. Their presence in the studio also accompanied the movement on social media. Jungkook, who is rarely active these days, seems to like old uploads from the famous producer's music account that contain pop-rock-style instruments, a genre that fits perfectly with his distinctive voice and vocal color. Meanwhile, Jimin actually uploaded a mysterious lyric piece on Weverse at 2 p.m. Korean time. "In the silence, I begin again." Just one sentence, but enough to inflame the theories of millions of fans hungry for signs of a comeback. Hint after hint brings the puzzle closer to one explosive conclusion: BTS isn't taking a break. They're putting together a buzz. And Jungkook, as always, became the representative who moved first, paving the way with their unsurpassed charisma, talent, and compactness. If it's true that this is the beginning of the 2026 comeback album, then fans can expect something bigger than ever. An album that will be born after hard times, after temporary separations, after years of lumpy longing. An album that may be a symbol of an emotional reunion, not just between BTS members, but between BTS and the world. Today's move may seem simple: just two people walking into a recording studio in silence, but its impact is spreading around the world. Armies from all over the world began to analyze every piece of information, from Jimin's gestures as he stepped into HYBE's lobby, Jungkook's eye expression seen in the fan site camera reflection, until the pattern of updates from staff accounts that are known to often leak small things that lead to real. Interestingly, several sources in the ARMY fandom who are known to be credible also said that today is not just about recording. Allegedly, in the afternoon, Jimin and Jungkook did not immediately go home after the studio activity. A vehicle reportedly took them to a private location on the outskirts of Seoul, where the shooting is believed to have taken place. Fans linked this to rumors of a concept trailer, that HYBE is working on. The early part of the album's release was heralded as BTS's new era. Not only that, longtime BTS collaborators such as Sun Sungduk, choreography director, and Dog, music producer, were also seen entering the HYBE building at almost the same time. This makes speculation even wilder that the project being run today includes all elements: music, visuals, to choreography. Even a fan on Twitter uploaded a leaked image from outside the studio showing the presence of large-scale production camera equipment, not for light content like vlogs, but more suitable for MVS or cinematic trailers. Meanwhile, the official stance of HYBE remained silent. No statement came out, and even major Korean media appeared to be denied access or permission to cover. This reinforces the suspicion that this is a completely guarded super-secret project, most likely to keep the element of surprise big for fans when the time comes. For the ARMY, however, this kind of silence triggers even greater enthusiasm, because silence always means something is being prepared very seriously. Jimin and Jungkook's involvement in this early phase is certainly not uncommon. Since long ago, both are known as figures who often initiate important steps in BTS history. Whether it's in the form of the first teaser, the opening solo song, or being the main face in the introduction of the new era. Fans began to associate all this with BTS's old patterns. Whenever Jungkook moves first, then something very big will follow. And sure enough, at exactly 2100 hours Korea Standard Time, one of BTS's Weverse accounts uploaded an eye emoji. No context, no caption, no one claiming to upload it. But in just a matter of seconds, the ARMY realized that this was no accident. This is code, a signal that there is something to watch out for. Perhaps this is their internal signal. Or maybe, signal to the world that the waiting time is over. Not a few also believe that BTS is not only preparing a new album, but also a big documentary for 2026. A year that will mark a full moment of reunion and transition after all members return from military service. A film that will not only showcase the process of their comeback, but also the dynamics, struggles, and emotions they have gone through during their time apart. In the midst of all the theories and euphoria, one of the most touching things came from an elderly Japanese fan who wrote in an online community, "We didn't see them in the light today, but we could feel them. Like the sun that is still felt even though it is covered by clouds." Jimin and Jungkook started something, and the world will change because of it. Such is the power of these two names. Without a voice, they make the world listen. Without a word, they make millions of hearts flutter. The steps Jimin and Jungkook are taking today may seem silent on the surface, but its impact has thrilled the world beneath it. And this is just the beginning, because if it is true that BTS will explode again in 2026, then today is a small explosion that was the initial signal. And that first spark starts from two figures who always light the most beautiful flames, Jimin and Jungkook. Today it may be just a small step visually. No grand stage, no official announcement. But for those who know BTS more deeply, this small step is actually a marker of the beginning of a big leap that will soon come. If the history of BTS teaches one thing, then it is, when they are silent, the world must prepare. Because as they move, the world will explode. If today feels like a calm wind before a storm, then Jimin and Jungkook are gentle winds that begin to blow, bringing a sign of great change. Their stealthy gestures, slow steps into the studio, closed-door meetings with producers, even dinners without a camera, everything holds a much deeper meaning than just daily activities. Behind every missed second lies a determination and hard work unseen by the public eye, but felt by millions of hearts that await. BTS, through two of its 7 main stars, is putting together something that will not only thrill the stage, but it also fills a void that has been felt by fans. It is no coincidence that Jimin and Jungkook's names always appear at the beginning of every important round. They're not just singers or dancers, they're a bridge between past memories and future hopes of BTS.